mind. So this is the second video with a new camera. New camera means that I'm going to have to learn a bit, I guess. So it's a DJI 5 Pro. I'm not a camera expert, but it had some very good reviews. Had a lot of positive feedback from a lot of people. So I thought, you know what? In for a penny, in for a pound, let's go with that. And I got myself a pack that has extra batteries, so hopefully that won't be an issue on the day to day. And I also got a microphone for it, which is quite cool. It's a DJI Mini. It looks really cool. It fits quite happily in my lid, so hopefully, I have no idea what the sound quality is going to be like, but that's what I'm out for this morning, to give it a test. So bimbling along here at a steady 55. It is a 60, so we're okay there. Oh, morning bike up. That's what the audio sounds like now. Let's just try it with the lid closed. So that's with my lid closed, doing the same speed, same sort of situation. So hopefully both scenarios work quite well, because I do like to have my lid open when I'm riding along. I've got one of the internal sun visors, so I like to have the lid up so I can take it all in and get a feel for the air and the smells and everything else. But it's actually a little bit fresher this morning, only 17 degrees, which is nice. Today's plan is to catch up with a mate of mine, a guy I regularly go biking with, very good biker himself, so it's always a fun day when we go out. And we're heading out towards the Oxford direction to look for a set of trousers that aren't going to be so hot when we do our tour in Spain and Portugal. The way the weather's going at the moment for everyone, I figured it'd be nice to not be sweating my Jacobs off while I'm out there. I've got a lovely Knox mesh top, which I think will do well, and has been doing well. Oh, can't park there, sir. That's a bad one, isn't it? Hopefully they're okay, whoever that was. But it's a bit of an iffy junction, that one there, because people really do go hammering it along this bit. And it's easy to not pay attention or to miss people. I'm always very wary on the bike going down that bit. And this particular road that I'm about to go down is always very hit and miss. Like there, you can see the road surface is, it's not just fragmented, it's actually bumpy as well, and it's missing some pretty substantial chunks of it. So there we are. But it's the morning, got some new kit to play with, going to give it a go today, hopefully upload the video the next day or so, depending how I feel in the evenings. But yeah, I really enjoyed the video I did last time. I showed it to a couple of people, got some nice feedback, got some good feedback. I didn't realise how much I say and so that was a little bit, until I noticed it and it got pointed out by, actually it was my brother that pointed it out, and he said, you're saying and a lot. And I was like, yeah, you're right, I am. You can see this road surface, look at that, that's terrible. But until he pointed it out, I sort of didn't really notice, and then once I had noticed, I couldn't help but really notice it. So hopefully it doesn't put too many people off. It's kind of the way I talk when I'm on camera, but I guess I'll get over that as time goes on, and you know, it'll become more fluent. I'll feel less like I'm talking to no one and more like I'm talking to someone, because in actual fact I'm normally pretty good at chatting. I don't normally shut up. That's the trick, is to get me to shut up rather than to get me to talk. So I'm sure in time I'll become more comfortable with it. But for the editing, I was just using Clipchamp. So that's for those that don't know, it's a free Microsoft one, or it was one that was already in my Microsoft package on my computer. It was free. I think you can get like with all things nowadays, you can pay a load of money and get a load more features on it. But I didn't feel that I really needed that. I just used a couple of other bits and pieces from here and there. AI I used, which was good. You know, that was quite handy to have the ability to use AI to make some of the graphics, because otherwise, you know, it would be a very boring, I say a boring channel. There's nothing wrong with not having images and that. It just wouldn't be so interesting, I feel, you know, or so tailored and branded and all that. But yeah, so it was a good little bit of kit, this Clip Champ, so I'll keep using that and see how I get on. Watching the video back as well, I was thinking to myself that there was maybe a few things I'll do differently, maybe a few more cuts in and out, maybe I'll record a bit of audio separately, maybe I can chat away with this, and if the video's not interesting, I can just run the audio that I've recorded now separately to the video I'm recording, if that makes sense to people. So I cut a section of audio out and I cut a section of video out from somewhere else, and I overlap the two, even though I suppose that wouldn't really work though, would it? Because the engine noise, and I want engine noise in there, you know, because it's fun for you guys to hear the engine noise. Who wants to just hear me prattling on with nothing audio in the background? But we'll see, we'll see. I'm sure it's a skill, isn't it? It's something I'll learn as I go along, and no doubt we'll get better at. Right, so I will shortly be pulling up at my friend's house. I won't put that bit in the video because it's not fair to include where people live, obviously. Oh, that's an interesting one. Oh, he did see me. Cool, so I will be back with you shortly. Are we just carrying on down this road, or do you want to take that right? Yep. If we're about to go up that hill that I don't like, you can definitely go in front of me for that. Mate, I fucking hate it. I think it's my mind, it beats my mind. I'm like, I'm going up and I'm leaning and I'm this and I'm, it gets like, oh, I've got no idea. Maybe I shouldn't have put my knee out. Was it on the edge a little bit, was it? Oh. Yeah, it was a little bit like, oh, I'm asking a bit much of this old girl. So I was sort of like, oh, put my knee out. That's what I know. Oh no, don't put your knee out. You got nothing on it. Oops. Never mind. Ooh. Oh yeah, barista coffee. Oh, you're right there, mate. If you scoot in with me, that fit? Yeah, yeah, it's fine. Yeah. BMW, mate. It's how I park. Oh, fair point. Ooh. There we go.
Well, that's the key in ignition again.
Fucking nightmare, you, aren't you?
I do it at work all the time. Someone will come out and just chuck it on the desk. Cheers.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I need that, don't I? Yeah. Yeah, I think that would be nice to have my next bit on the collection be get a sports bike, another super bike, and then it would be a classic of some sort, I think. Yeah, I need my super bike first, because I can't keep ragging the tits off of this. So here we are, on my way home now after a day riding. I am pretty knackered, so he left this morning at about 8 o'clock, and the time now about 3:15. So it's a good day's worth of riding. The bike's had its 6,000 mile birthday today. It currently got 6,039 miles, so that's cool. Yeah, it's just a short ride home. So I wanted to talk about why I felt like doing some content creation. Why even bother? Why buy the camera? Why put the stuff on the tube of you and edit it and everything else? Why bother? Well, I think predominantly for me, well, there's a few reasons, but one of the big reasons is I'm so bored of seeing completely AI generated footage, and you guys, I don't know whether you know about it. I'm sure you do. I'm sure you can spot it a mile off, just like I can, when it says, oh, this master got this and then he did that and did that. And as an engineer with certain things in life, I know how they work and I know how things go on, and I think this is absolute drivel, this is bollocks. And then I see all the deliberately emotive content, they're deliberately either trying to make you feel sad or shocked or clickbaiting, and it's just so irritating to me that I don't know, I never fall for it, but I wonder sometimes that are there genuinely people that can't spot that this is absolute shite? It's a complete lie, or it's made up, and I thought, you know what, I just want to make some genuine wholesome content to share with people. Let's have a conversation, or let's talk about something that we both enjoy, and for me that's motorbikes, and I would assume that if the algorithm has found its way to you, for you it's something similar. But more than that, for me, one of the big reasons I wanted to do it is I wanted to experience if there are any benefits in doing it for my mental health. So, sorry, I've got to do this. God, it's depressing, isn't it? For my mental health. So, because I've had some quite serious mental health problems in the past, predominantly stress, anxiety, and the big one that really hit home for me was depression. So I feel like the depression came about most notably because I had spent so long living with anxiety, and that I lost the ability to feel joy in anything. So constantly feeling anxious or worked up or worried led to that being the normal state, which then led to a term of depression. And I won't go through everything that happened right now, but at some point I will, if there's an interest in it, or some people feel like they want to hear about it. But I ultimately found a way through one, looking after myself, taking care of myself, and two, from starting to go to therapy. So therapy was an important step for me, something that I hadn't done before. I'd done CBT, cognitive behavioural therapy, and that didn't work for me. Didn't work at all. So I decided that going to therapy and actually talking to someone was the way forward, and it worked. I say it worked. It's not like it was a cure straight away. So I went there and met the therapist, and been getting on great ever since. And it was definitely something I needed to do. So I guess in curating this content, I wanted to open up to people and say, look, this is my story, what happened with me. You know, this could well be a story or something that can happen or be happening for you too. And if anyone is in the position I was in, where I was quite literally ready to index, you know, ready to check out, I don't want you to think that that's the only option, you know. I want the people that maybe stumble across this video or my videos to see it and go, he's made it, you know. There is light at the end of the tunnel. It doesn't feel like it, and every minute, every hour feels like an eternity where you're feeling horrible and stuff. But you can get better. There is a way. It's different for everyone, but no state of mind is permanent. It only feels like that at times. You know, it only feels like things are never going to improve, and you've got no option but to feel like that for the rest of your life. You can always find the time to just look at yourself, look inwards and say, why am I unhappy? What am I unhappy with? And if you don't know, that's okay too. It's okay not to know. It's okay not to have the answer. One of the big things I did, and I still do it on occasion now, but I remind myself, is I refer to my feelings as it. It feels horrible. I can't stand it. Well, you know, it's detaching yourself, because it is actually me. I am my feelings. You know, if I feel horrible, it's because I'm feeling horrible. I might not necessarily feel horrible because of a feeling. It might be because I've mentally worked myself into that state, which is something I do. I am particularly bad at thinking I'm not feeling great, and then I spiral till it feels worse and worse. But either way, it's about acknowledging it and going, yeah, I do feel like that, but it's okay. I can feel like that and know that it will get better later on. I'll feel better. I'll get through this. You know, no state of mind is forever. Whether it's grief, whether it's pain, whether it's anger, that too shall pass. And I just want everyone to see that. I don't want anyone to go through what I was going through wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy. And if someone is going through that right now, I'm sorry for you. But reach out. There is help there. There are people, there are good people out there that can help. So yeah. Hope to catch you in the next video.